Cover crops are a hot topic as we head into winter. Matt Brugger is here from the Upper Foxwolf Demonstration Farms Network. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Let's lay the groundwork of this discussion, especially for those who aren't farmers. What is a cover crop?
So a cover crop is any crop that it's not necessarily going to be a cash crop. It's something you're using to keep the soil covered, help prevent erosion, help take up extra moisture. It's something you're probably going to terminate before you put your next cash crop in.
But farmers have seen major benefits from a soil health standpoint, and when we experience periods of drought, they really can go a little longer thanks to the structure that's in place.
Absolutely, yeah. There's a lot of benefits to be had by cover crops. You can build up some nutrients for the following crop, hold on to nutrients you're putting out through manure or other fertilizers. So yeah, there's a wealth of benefits not only for the soil but for your next crop as well.
So then the question is, how do we plant our cover crops? The video caught my eye on your Facebook page. It is a converted sprayer that is being used for some late season interseeding.
Yep, we've got a couple demo farmers down in Van Dyne, Wisconsin, Dave and Dusty Schultz, and they have a converted Hagee that they're using to put in cover crops before they take off their existing cash crop. So otherwise, you have to wait till the crop comes off to get a drill or something else out there. This gives them the opportunity to get growth, get started with a cover crop a lot earlier in the season.
So then once the main crop comes off, this can flourish, it can take off right away.
Yep, as soon as it hits that sunlight, you'll get a lot more growth, and it is somewhat moisture dependent, but you get a pretty good amount of growth before the cash crop even comes off.
Interesting. You also sent some video of broadcasting rye into soybeans, a little bit more traditional application.
Yep. So that was another of our demo farms, Zeb Zills down by Montello. He's broadcasting into soybeans, so both these timings are kind of when the leaves are starting to drop a little bit on those plants, get a little sunlight in the canopy again, and another way to establish that cover crop before you take off your cash crop, and that way you're not waiting late into the season where your options are more limited.
And your team is working hard to kind of figure out best practices, right? A lot of this is very emerging, as we can see people are doing a lot of experimentation.
Yep, the group we work with, both the Upper Foxwolf and Green Bay West Shore demo farms, are out there trying things so that they can show off and have field days and show other farmers what can work and learn from their experience.
Speaking of field days, a busy time of year for your team, no doubt. You have a new updated text line, so to speak, so people can stay on top of it. Talk us through how we stay in the loop when it comes to field days.
Sure. So if you want to learn about field days, we have Facebook, we have Twitter, but we also have the text service, which you'll get a text every time we're getting ready to have an event. Okay. You text in the keyword for each network to the number, and you'll be notified every time.
Actually did it right before the show, so I'm in.
Good.
We'll see you there. Now, you monitor the progress of these, because that is ultimately the goal, is to get the findings and be able to report back. You checked in on a few fields. What did you find?
Yep, so far everything's looking good. You know, we're a little early with the seed just getting out there, but this picture here is of some spring growth. So once we get established, we get that initial growth, it can really cover a lot of the soil the following spring. So.
And you mentioned that a lot of these aren't used as a cash crop. There are some farmers who are starting to feed these as alternative forages, though.
Yep, if for dairy farms, there's an opportunity to get some extra heifer feed or even cow feed, depending on the species you grow out there. Triticale is a big one for dairy cows. So.
Well, we appreciate you being with us on this morning on Midwest Farm Weekly. Here is that number, 920-260-6200.